Okay, in this video I'm going to cover tools that everyone should carry, or it should at least be part of the packing list for your team or squad. The first item up is an entrenching tool, or an E-tool. This should be mandatory for every single person in your unit. Everyone should have one. You have two basic styles that you see the most on the market. You have the three-fold, which is still used by the US military. Difference from this one is that they got kind of a plastic handle on them now, but the blades are still metal. Then you got the old wood-handled one, or single-fold. There's a lot of these on the market right now that have been coming in out of Europe. There's nothing wrong with them. This particular one has a pick on the back. This is an extremely useful feature when you have to dig a position in rocky soil or very tough soil like clay soil. Now, with the shovels, you need to have a carrier for it, the appropriate carrier for that shovel, so that it can be attached to either your pistol belt or preferably your rucksack. Next item we have is a multi-tool. This one's a Gerber, nothing wrong with it. I know there's a lot of Leatherman purists out there, but I haven't had too many problems with Gerbers over the years. When I've had something break on it, I've been able to send it back to the factory and they've replaced it for free. Next item is a hatchet. Doesn't matter what type it is. This is just a cheap one that you can get at a camping goods store. It works just fine for clearing small brush or chopping down saplings and stuff when you're clearing your lanes of fire. Next item is an M1910 mini Pickmatic. These were issued during World War II going into the 1950s. What little I've been able to find out on them, they were issued one for every 3 or 4 troops in the fire team. The person that was assigned this, he had this in place of his entrenching tool. And when someone else on the team needed to use it, he needed to give them the Pickmatic, and he used their E-tool till they were done. These next items I didn't see as often, but some guys did carry them in the field, and they did come in handy. First off, your basic hammer. You'd be surprised the number of times we needed this, primarily when we were doing booby trap training. We would use these to put those little U-shaped nails or staples in the trees so we could run tripwire through them. Then your basic screwdriver set, a regular and a Phillips. Then a vice grips. The final item I have not seen as often. I've only seen it once or twice over the last 20 years. And that is a pry bar. These things do come in handy also, but primarily in an urban setting, not so much out in the woods. But it still comes in handy every so often. I recommend it. Everyone should have on their packing list the entrenching tool. And it is surprising the number of units that don't have this on there. I think their belief is they're going to be operating in only an urban environment. They're going to stay out of the woods. Well, these come in handy in an urban environment also. Like I said, this should be mandatory for every troop to have. It should be highly recommended each troop have some type of multi-tool on their belt or on their gear in a pouch for quick and easy access for use. The other tools, well, you could set it up as team or squad issue items. Each fire team of 4 people, everyone carries one particular tool. Like one person carries a hatchet, one carries Pickmatic, one person carries a hammer and maybe the pry bar, and one person carries screwdrivers and vice grips. And then as the tools are needed, you have them there, you just pull them out of your bags and you use them and you're good to go. Hopefully I'm getting you thinking more about stuff other than the fancy shooting gear, the latest body armor, and the coolest weapon. There's a lot of stuff involved with surviving in the field and trying to survive in combat. A lot more than having the latest, greatest Molly gear. And hopefully you're thinking about that now. I'm bringing up some things that you never considered if you never served in the military. Now, for all my engineer brothers out there in the militia or patriot movement, always remember, essayons.